So now we're going to add in some dimensions, and I'm just going to switch over here to that, make that the full view. So let's go in and add in some more dimensions. We'll go to Annotate, Align Dimension from the grid line. No, escape. Let's do that again. Align Dimension from this grid line. And then hover over here, and if you hover over the door, you can select the edge of the door, or you can select the center. So we can hover over here and pick this edge over here and click that. Escape, escape, and then after the fact, you pick on the door, you take this number, and then you set that to be, 1 foot. And then click out. And then what you can do, you don't have to lock this because it's smart enough to know that if this wall moves, watch, if I click on here, and I change this to be 30 feet. Oh, I thought that was going to go with it. Now, there is an option, undo. Let's see, here it is here, where we can click on there, we can go to the properties, and there's a thing that says moves with nearby objects. And where is that option? Doesn't have that. As an instance, here it is, moves with nearby objects. Let's get rid of this dimension for a second. Let's pick on this door. It's not giving me that option. I wonder why. Walls, maybe that moves with nearby object only works with components that are not hosted. Okay, so I'm going back to my original process, which is an align dimension off of Annotate from this grid line to this edge, click and place it. If I get it in the wrong place, escape, escape, pick on here, change this number, and it'll move it. Then I take my 1 foot and I lock it. Click out. Okay. Then this guy I'm going to have centered, so I go back to Annotate, Aligned, from here to the center of there, to here, move it to wherever I want, pick nothing, and then I want to hit that equals button. Okay, right away, click. But if I don't and I forget and I hit escape, escape, and I'm back here, you can always pick on this guy later and say equals. That will keep that centered between there and there. I want to do the same thing with my garage wall here. Okay, I also want to pick on this grid line, and I want to pull this little off here so I can see this. Okay, so then I can now say align dimension from my Annotate tab from this grid line to the center of that door to this grid line, and then move, click, and equals. Again, this one I'm just going to go from here to here, place it, escape, escape. Then I'm going to pick on this window after the fact. I could use my tab button to select it. Take this 10 feet something and just make it an even 10 feet, and then click out and click out. Now I can grab that 10-foot dimension, select it, and lock it. So that window will always be 10 foot from there. That door will always be 1 foot from there, centered and centered. Okay, so now let's go back to our view and let's tile our views again. Click out. Okay, so here's our garage, right? And now if we go to here and we grab this back grid line 3, and I change this to be, got a big budget increase, we go to 32 feet, click out, this is going to go back, that window is going to stay the same, this window stayed centered. Okay, click over here, grab this B, click on the dimension that says 26 feet, and again let's go 33 feet, click out, and all of my constraints are all working. Escape, escape, click in here. My door is staying back in that corner, this window is staying centered, and my garage door is staying centered, and my roof is all updating. Okay, so that's a nice example of how we can use constraints. So we aligned our foundation walls to the grid lines, we aligned our walls to the grid lines. Our walls are being controlled vertically. Again, remember when you click on here and go to the instance properties of that, it'll tell you it's going from the top of foundation level up to the top of plate level. If those two moves, the walls will follow. The footing's just talking to that foundation wall. Okay, and that's it for this lesson.